Hi there, my name is Muskan Torani. I'm a functional medicine health coach, and today I briefly want to talk about the FODMAP plan. Well, something that will help some of us who are fighting or dealing with SIBO or SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Why am I talking about this? Well, I think almost all women at some point in their lives have experienced some sort of bacterial overgrowth or are experiencing it. So I personally have gone through it some years back, and I know it was a struggle for me because I was constantly put on antibiotics and a course of medications and antacids, and the root cause was never addressed. That was kind of the start of my journey on going down, becoming a health coach so that I could support people like myself on this very interesting journey that we are on. So FODMAP, what is it? Currently, it's going to sound like a range of really big words, but this is what it stands for, and then we'll get through it. Fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyps. So there's a story behind this. Typically, our small intestine is supposed to be very sterile. But as we go through life, because life does happen, and we eat out of our comfort zone, eat within our comfort zone, we fall sick. We go on a course of antibiotics on and off our life. Sometimes we get stomach bugs, other times over-the-counter medications. So what happens is that the bacteria off gases, either hydrogen or methane, or sometimes both. And how does that happen? Because, at least for in my case, I didn't know that certain foods were the big triggers, such as apples, wheat, lactose, sugar, legumes, onions, garlic. So I'm an Indian. Almost all my food is typically cooked in onion and garlic. I genuinely love the smell of garlic. I love the taste of garlic. I like garlic infused oil. So I was actually doing myself a disservice. But I'm going to just backtrack a little bit, going back to SIBO. So going on a FODMAP plan, which typically helps or reduces the symptoms of SIBO. And what are the side effects that we feel earlier, or what are the symptoms, not the side effects? Things like the bloated feeling that refuses to go away. You wake up with a flat tummy only to find yourself feeling or looking pregnant, 4 to 5 months pregnant, and as soon as you eat something. More than that, that horrible metallic taste in our mouth, it was just constantly there, followed by bad breath no matter how often we gargle or brush our teeth. Constipation, migraines, brain fog, headaches, that fatigue, my God, that fatigue that just stays and stays no matter what we do, no matter how long or how well we sleep, until it's eventually diagnosed that there is a bacterial overgrowth in our small intestines. What happens is that we tend to go to a gastro, and I'm sure there are really good gastros out there, and we will be put on a range of medication, typically antibiotics, which will help us ease off the symptoms momentarily. But what is not happening is that there is no food plan to support it. Typically, you need to work with a nutritionist or a functional health coach or a functional nutritionist or a functional gastroenterologist who knows the food plan that is needed to complement the antibiotics and support it behind the scenes so that our gut is restored. With how this is done is with a range of herbs as well as the medication that you're on. So we may momentarily feel better in a week to 10 days, but if the food plan has not been changed, then what happens is that these symptoms do come back. So therefore, working with a functional nutritionist or a functional health coach like myself, we can help support you so that we can take you through this difficult, not impossible, interesting plan that you would have been put on. What is a FODMAP plan? Well, the biggest triggers to instantly wean off are apples, wheat, glucose, sweeteners, sweet-based food, legumes, lactose, onions, and garlic. Now, what happens is that unintentionally or unknowingly, if you're eating that, we tend to feed the bacteria, and therefore the issue starts. typically the plan would be anything between 4 weeks to 12 weeks to gradually wean your gut off all issues. And slowly you can start reintroducing some of the foods again. Now, why this plan is interesting, because first of all, there's no such thing as a no FODMAP plan. It's just not there. Animal protein typically is also low FODMAP, but what it needs to be put into mind is how it's been prepared and the sauces that complement it. So another thing which is interesting about this plan, and there are so many plans out there, is that what works for me may not necessarily work for you. So for some people, a cup of or half a cup of blueberries, or even reintroducing certain cheeses might work well, but for others it might still be too early or too soon, depending on what you've consumed on that day. So a health coach takes you through step by step, being your personal cheerleader, so that you can come out on the other side feeling 100% and on this beautiful path of feeling clean and healthy. So for more information, please feel free to DM, comment below. I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you very much.